Hey guys, I'm Ethan Barrett. Welcome back to the Movie Cave. Today we have the Star Wars Battlefront 3 Concept Part 12, which is the hero guide for Dryden Vos. So, not wasting any more time, let's just get straight in to the video. Alright, so Dryden Vos, Han Solo's opposite. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If you follow me on Instagram, which if you don't, you should, at EthanBarrett_Lanchacha, follow me on all my social media, send me presents. But in a recent Instagram post, I stated that I haven't read any comics or lore. So I don't know that much about Dryden Vos. But I've done some research, so we'll see how this goes. I do want to point out before we start, since I don't know that much about Dryden Vos, if some of you have read the comics or lore and you want to go ahead and tell me, well, he did this, this could be something that he does, feel free to, straight up. And then maybe if I see some really good ideas, then who knows, maybe I'll redo part 12. But with that said, let's just get started. So, Dryden Vos is really tricky because he doesn't have a blaster, he doesn't have a lightsaber, he can't deflect anything, he's got knuckle vibro sabers, so basically just melee attacks. So you have to find a way to make him have a chance without making him overpowered. So I would start him off with 650 base health with 250 health regeneration. I would give him the same speed and jump height as Han Solo, with no double jump obviously. Dryden Vos' primary weapon is his knuckle vibro sabers. They're not lightsabers, so he can't deflect or block anything. He can dodge roll, but he can't block anything. So he can't keep range distance like the other blaster heroes, but he also can't block anything up close like lightsaber heroes. So to give him a chance, I would give him the most damage output in the game, without making him overpowered. So I would have Dryden Vos deal 150 damage to the front, one hitting every enemy trooper besides the heavy, and 185 damage to the back. The reason for this is because if you want to kill an enemy, you basically have to run up to him and hit him. So that gives the enemy a whole bunch of time to shoot you down or run away or whatever. So to make it, to where Dryden has a chance but also don't make him overpowered, I think that's good. Obviously, when you would play the game, if it does seem overpowered, then we could nerf it. But, just for a start. His stamina would allow him to deal 8 hits before being depleted of stamina. Also, hitting the enemy, I would give him the same attack speed as Obi-Wan Kenobi. Also, Dryden Vos would be able to parry, because he's not a blaster hero, so he would be able to parry. So with the abilities, I've thought long and hard about it. Doing some research, I knew for sure what the middle ability would be, but I couldn't think of anything for the left ability or the right ability, so I came up with these ideas. Here we go. The left ability would see Dryden Vos throw down a smoke grenade that would act as a mix between Lando's smoke grenade, Bossk's Dioxis grenade, the Death Trooper's Sonic Imploder, and driving drunk in GTA 5. Because it's a big thick smoke like Lando's smoke grenade, it's a poisonous smoke like Bossk's Dioxis grenade that deals damage the longer you're in it, it impairs your vision like the Death Trooper's Sonic Imploder, and in GTA 5 you can be driving straight, but if you're drunk, the car will start turning. Basically, it makes it harder to control. The right ability would see Dryden Vos give himself and allies in a large radius a health buff. Now, doing research on Dryden Vos, this one I knew immediately this would be his middle ability. So the middle ability would see Dryden Vos go into rage mode. The scars or lines on his face would turn bright red and his eyes would become bloodshot. Also, the screen would get a red tint. And it would make Dryden Vos deal 50 extra damage, making him deal 200 damage to the front and 235 damage to the back. One-hitting heavies now, while also making him have a quicker attack speed and getting 2 extra attacks, giving him 10 hits before being depleted of stamina. It would also give him a faster run speed for a short period of time, like 16 seconds. When the ability is active, it also gives Dryden Vos a damage reduction. And the last big thing, it lets him see through the smoke. So if he throws down a smoke grenade, he can't see through it normally. It's more of like a thing that he can run away, you know, make an exit. Nobody can see him really except for Lando, because Lando has the heat vision. Dryden Vos can't see through it. But if Rage Mode is active, he can see completely through the fog and see all the enemies. That's what I got for the abilities for Dryden Vos. So now, moving on to the takedowns, the first takedown would see the enemy go to throw a punch for Dryden to sidestep dodge and stab the enemy in the neck. In shock, the enemy would drop to his knees for Dryden to then kick the enemy in the head. The next takedown would see Dryden do a barrel roll towards the enemy, stopping at their feet to slice the enemy's leg, to quickly get up and stab the enemy in the chest. And this takedown would be 8,000 credits to unlock. And the last takedown, and yes, this is self-indulgence, but Dryden Vos would perform what I like to call the Halloween H2O stab barrage, where basically Dryden would go crazy stabbing the enemy like Laurie Strode did to Michael Myers. Oh my, you know what, you go right ahead, Laurie, just let out all those emotions.
Stabbing isn't really an emotion, it's more of an activity that I hope you don't do to me. See, an emotion is more of a feeling. Well, maybe I feel stabby.
And this takedown would be 15,000 credits to unlock. Now, moving on to the star cards. I'm not gonna go into detail and say what I usually do. You've watched the other videos, which if you haven't, you should. You should watch those before you watch this one, because it would make more sense going forward. I've already talked about what I'm doing with the star cards when I did the hero guide for Luke, Vader, and Han. So if you're wondering how I'm doing the star cards, go watch those. Go watch the previous videos so you really understand what we're doing here. I will leave a link in the description to the Battlefront 3 playlist. If you haven't checked those other videos out, go check them out before you watch this one, because it would make more sense going forward. That should be a shirt. So the first star card I would give to Dryden Vos is Improved Battle Command. An improved battle command that has a shorter recharge time and a bigger effective radius. The next star card would be Safety First. Dryden Vos gains extra health when using health buff. The next star card would be Welcome to Cloud City. Smoke Grenade Cloud is larger and thicker. The next star card would be Lingering Dioxis. Smoke Grenade will spew out poisonous smoke for a longer duration. Number 5, Ultimate Predator. Every enemy Dryden Vos defeats while Rage Mode is active will extend the ability's duration. And the next star card would be Unrelenting Predator. For every enemy Dryden Vos defeats while Rage Mode is active, the recharge time of his other abilities are shortened. The next star card is Massive Strikes. Dryden Vos deals more damage with his Knuckle Vibro Saber attacks, however, they drain more stamina. The next star card would be Strong Mind. Smoke Grenade has an increased area of effect. And then the last star card would be 1 Resistance. Dryden Vos can capture an objective faster if 3 allies are with him. So this star card would mainly be for game modes like Galactic Assault, Co-op, and Supremacy. So now we got the appearances. Again, if you forgot, here's the list of the appearance levels. Got it? Good! So let's get into this. So the default appearance for Dryden Vos would be the outfit that he has on when he's facing Han Solo in Solo: A Star Wars Story. There was only one other appearance option that I could think of. It's very similar to his default look, but his shirt is black and not white. And I would make this 40,000 credits. And now finally we got the emotes and voice lines. Now I could only think of 4 options to use, so also I mentioned this in Luke Skywalker's Hero Guide, but haven't since. So each emote and voice line would be 5,000 credits. But with that said, what are the emotes and voice lines? Well, I'll tell you, you sexy people! The first emote and voice line would be,
once you're a part of Crimson Dawn, you can't leave.
The next one would be,
Test me! Test me one more time, you see what happens.
The next one would be,
I never asked for anything twice, huh?
And the last one would be,
now's as good a time as any to reevaluate our relationship.
And with that said, this has been the Hero Guide for Dryden Vos. So guys, with that said, this has been the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. Please go subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. Make sure that you hit that bell notification so you always know of when I post. Be sure that you comment down below what you want to see next, and also share this video with everybody that you know, because that would be great. So guys, make sure that you go check out my Star Wars Battlefront 3 concept playlist down below in the description. I will have a link to that playlist. Also, make sure that you check out my rankings playlist. Check out my previous video. In the last video that we did, I ranked all 8 Harry Potter films from the worst to the best, giving you guys my personal opinion of those films. Also, follow me on all my social medias, from Twitter to Facebook to Instagram and to TikTok. Go follow me on all my social medias, so go do that. I will leave a link to all my social medias, but with that said, make sure that you stay tuned for the next video. You are not going to want to miss it. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.